All right, let's jump right in. Way before the Hubble telescope, long before we even thought about sending probes into deep space, ancient cultures were already mapping the universe. But these weren't maps of stars and galaxies like we think of them. Nope. They were these intricate blueprints of reality itself, mixing together the physical, the mythological, and the spiritual into one grand cosmic vision. And today, we're going to explore one of the most incredible of them all, the Buddhist Map of the universe.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Without any of the tools of modern astronomy, how would you even start to chart the cosmos? Well, it turns out you look inward just as much as you look outward. You build a universe that explains not just the sun and the moon, but everything: life, death, morality, and even the very structure of your own consciousness.
And what they came up with is just breathtaking. Forget empty space. This is a universe that is absolutely teeming with life. It's built around this colossal mountain that acts as the axis for everything, and it's surrounded by these vast oceans and continents made of jewels and precious metals. And it's all populated by this huge array of beings, from gods and titans to humans living in all sorts of different worlds.
Okay, so let's start our journey at the absolute center of it all, the cosmic mountain, Mount Meru. Now, this isn't just some big rock. It's the pillar that literally holds up the heavens and connects every single realm of existence.
To even try and grasp its scale, you have to think mythically, not scientifically. The texts say Mount Meru soars 84,000 yojanas high. Now, a yojana is an ancient Indian unit of measurement, but what it really means here is an immense, almost unimaginable distance. It is truly and literally the center of the world.
So Mount Meru is basically structured like a cosmic skyscraper, and it organizes the entire hierarchy of existence. Right at the very top, you have Tabatimsa heaven. That's the home of the high gods, ruled by their king, Saka. Then, on the slopes, you'll find all these other classes of deities and demigods. Its base is surrounded by a massive ocean and 7 concentric mountain ranges. And then, deep below it all, lies the realm of the Asuras, or Titans, who are locked in this eternal conflict with the gods way up above.
All right, so we've looked at the vertical axis. Now let's explore the horizontal plane. Spreading out from the base of Mount Meru, all the way across that great ocean, lie the 4 great continents. And this is the main realm where human beings like us live.
And this is where you start to see that our world is just one of many possibilities. This cosmology pictures 4 totally distinct human worlds, and each one has its own unique qualities. I mean, just imagine a world in the east, Purva Videha, where the ground itself is made of pure silver and people have round faces. Or what about the west, Aparagoyana, a land made of crystal where faces are shaped like a half moon. Then you've got this utopian paradise in the north, Uttarakuru, a golden continent where everyone lives for exactly 1,000 years. And then there's our world, in the south, Jambudvipa.
So here's the really crucial point. Our continent, Jambudvipa, is special. Yeah, life on the other continents might be longer, or maybe even easier, but our world is defined by a unique spiritual potential. We have bravery, we have mindfulness, and most importantly, we have the capacity to actually practice the Dharma and attain enlightenment. And this is why, in this cosmic map, all Buddhas appear here and only here.
But of course, humans aren't the only ones in this cosmic drama. Not by a long shot. This universe is packed with a dazzling variety of non-human beings, some divine, some demonic, and they all exist in these realms that are totally intertwined with our own. At the very heart of it all is this fundamental epic conflict. You have the devas, the gods, living up in the celestial realms on and around Mount Meru. But then you have the asuras, the titans or demigods who got cast out of the heavens, and they dwell in the darkness below. They're in a constant struggle, endlessly warring with the devas for control of the heavens. It's a theme you see in mythologies all over the world.
And what's so striking is how familiar some of these beings feel, right? The serpentine naga are, for all intents and purposes, dragons. The majestic bird-like Garuda, they're incredibly similar to griffins. And the Tavatemsa heaven of the gods, well, it has the exact same epic feel as Mount Olympus or Asgard. It's just a powerful reminder that cultures all over the globe have often used similar archetypes to imagine the great forces that shape our world.
Okay, so take a deep breath and prepare for the final zoom out. Because everything we've talked about so far, the huge Mount Meru, the 4 jeweled continents, all the gods and titans and everything in between,
All of that exists within just one world system, and the cosmos is filled with them.
This basic unit is called a kakavala. The easiest way to think of it is as a complete cosmic bubble. One sun, one moon, one central mountain, and all its surrounding continents and realms. That whole package is one self-contained universe.
But these cosmic bubbles aren't just floating alone. 1,000 of these kakavalas, all clustered together, form what's called a small world system. The scale here is already getting pretty mind-bending. And the texts actually say that the voice and knowledge of a Buddha's most advanced disciple can reach across all 1,000 of these universes.
And it doesn't stop there, not even close. 1,000 of those small systems form a medium system. And then 1,000 of those medium systems form a great world system. The final number is just staggering. 1 trillion complete universes, each with its own Mount Sumeru, its own heavens, and its own human worlds. And this whole vast expanse is the domain of a fully enlightened Buddha, whose wisdom and compassion can encompass it all.
So how does any of this compare to our modern scientific view of the cosmos? Well, one ancient text offers this really beautiful analogy. Trying to compare them is like trying to measure the depth of the ocean with a mosquito's beak. It's just not going to work. They're simply two different tools for two totally different jobs. One measures physical distance, the other is designed to measure meaning.
Which leaves us with one last big thought. Is this incredible, elaborate structure a literal description of some external reality? Or is it something else? Could it be a symbolic map of our own inner world, with its heavenly hopes, its demonic struggles, its different continents of experience, and right at the center, the potential for enlightenment? Perhaps the cosmos it describes is you.